a 2-1 disappointing defeat in the end at Brackley. How do you reflect on the game?
Really disappointed, obviously. You know, we've been beaten, but it's a game where I think a draw would have been a fair result. You know, in the balance of play, the shots on target, corners for, possession, I think it's a game that we deserved at least a point out of. And you know, ultimately we're disappointed that we've dropped 3 because we were 1-0 up and in control of the game. I felt they didn't really. You know, there's about a 10-minute spell in the first half where they looked quite dangerous, and then we changed it up a little bit and sat in and let them bring the ball to us, and then we capitalised and scored on a break. And then second half, that was the game plan. I think they just had about 10 minutes in the second half where they picked up a few of the second balls, and then look, they've scored from two deflections. I think one's also hit us, and I think it's an own goal. So, you know, tough to take when it's like that. We've also missed a penalty, but I just felt like they've had 2 deflections. Everything kind of dropped to them on the edge of the box. They were able to sustain attack, where for us it wasn't. You know, there's 3 or 4 deflections in their box, and it fell for them, and they were able to clear the lines. But look, it's difficult to take. But in the same token, we've come to Brackley away from home, and we've more than matched them. And I think it says a lot when you're saying that you feel like you deserve at least a point, if not 3 out of the game.
Do you think it was the penalty being saved in the first half that maybe changed the game for us, but maybe more so for them? They seemed to step it up a little bit once that was missed.
Yeah, it would have been 2-0, wouldn't it? And look, Connor Hall has been absolutely superb for us. If it wasn't for Connor and our goals this season, then we wouldn't have had the FA Cup run that we've had, and we wouldn't have had the goals in the goals for column that we've had, because he's been sensational. He's scored at the right time for us in games. He'll be as disappointed with anyone, and you know, people miss penalties. It's just it is difficult with it being it would have been 2-0 then, and I was confident at 1-0 to see the game out even at half time. But you know, the 2-0 cushion would have perhaps helped us as well. The game plan would have been a little bit different. But look, it happens in games. It's going to happen again up and down the country today. I'm sure it won't be the only penalty missed. But we just said in there, even the games when we've been winning, we've had more chances to put the game to bed, and we've not been able to do that. And that's something that we need to, you know, you say you need to learn to do. I don't know how you can actually learn from it apart from scoring goals, and that's the most difficult thing to do in football.
In terms of positives from the game, obviously Elliot got the goal in the first half, and John Bassi came on in the second. Was there anything else you can take from that going forward?
Oh, there's loads of positives. I thought that we played really well. I thought we were strong. We've come up against one of the best sides in the league. Brackley are up there every single year. And they've got really strong, athletic, physical side. Move the ball. They know what they're doing. You know, they understand their shape, and they play it really well. But I think there's positives all over. I think Elliot's goal is obviously a positive, and going forward we look dangerous. But I think Scotty Leather was immense today, absolutely immense. And we've kept going and trying to get the ball from the keeper, from the throw-ins. Try and be resilient with that, even though sometimes, you know, it wasn't quite working. We were losing out. We were gambling quite a bit, and you know, Scotty and Allsy, Bainesy at the back kept it together. You know, he saved one off the line there, but I just think his attitude throughout the game. Scotty's a player who plays nice and relaxed. He enjoys himself, but at the same time he's so serious and he wants to win, and he does whatever it takes. So I think he's been great. And there's loads of individual things. Look at Tommy's run for the penalty. You know, look at El, and all over individually you can take. I think the biggest thing that you can take is that we're disappointed. We're disappointed at Brackley, leaving with nothing. And I think the boys, hand on heart, felt like we needed or we deserved more than that.
Moving on then, we've obviously got a game scheduled for Tuesday. Is it a case of focusing on ourselves for the time being and just playing until we're maybe told not to?
You can only control what you're in control of, and we're in control of ourselves, preparing properly. I'm sure that the pitch will be prepared as it should be, and we'll be prepared to play on Tuesday, and that'll be the case. Now, we'll be in training on Monday. We'll turn up on Tuesday. If there's no game on Tuesday, we'll do a session, and we'll be ready to go. We can't control what other teams are doing, or other decisions that other teams are taking, and that's up to them to make whatever decision they want. But us at Chorley Football Club, we were there on Tuesday night, ready to go.